How criminals turn dirty money into clean money. Imagine making millions of dollars through illegal activities, drug trafficking, corruption, fraud, cybercrime, or organized crime. At first glance, having millions of dollars might sound like a dream, but criminals face a major problem. They can't simply walk into a bank and deposit large amounts of cash without attracting attention. They can't openly explain where the money came from. This is where money laundering begins. Money laundering is the process of making illegally obtained money appear legal. The goal is simple: hide the true source of the money and make it look like it came from legitimate business activities. Every year, experts estimate that hundreds of billions of dollars are laundered around the world. It is one of the largest criminal industries on the planet. Money laundering usually happens in three stages. The first stage is called placement. This is where dirty money enters the financial system. Criminals must somehow move cash away from the crime and into banks, businesses, or financial institutions. This can be done by depositing small amounts into multiple accounts, purchasing valuable assets, or using cash-heavy businesses. Restaurants, bars, casinos, car washes, and nightclubs have often been used because large amounts of cash transactions appear normal. The goal of placement is to get the money into the system without raising suspicion. The second stage is called layering. This is often the most complex part of the process. Criminals move money through numerous transactions to make it difficult for investigators to trace its origin. Funds may be transferred between multiple bank accounts, different countries, shell companies, cryptocurrencies, investments, luxury assets, or fake business transactions. Each additional layer creates more confusion and makes it harder for authorities to follow the money trail. The purpose of layering is to break the connection between the money and the original crime. The third stage is called integration. At this point, the money appears legitimate. The criminal can now use it to buy property, invest in businesses, purchase luxury goods, or fund other activities. To outsiders, everything appears normal. The money has been cleaned. It can now move through the economy without immediately attracting suspicion. This final stage allows criminals to enjoy the profits of their illegal activities while pretending the money came from lawful sources. One common method of money laundering involves shell companies. A shell company is a business that exists mostly on paper. It may have little or no real operations. Criminals use these companies to move money around while hiding the true owners. Another common method involves fake invoices. One company sends an invoice to another for services that never actually happened. Money moves between accounts, creating the appearance of legitimate business activity. Casinos have also been used in money laundering schemes. A criminal may buy casino chips with cash, spend little or no time gambling, and then cash out the chips. The funds now appear to come from gambling winnings rather than criminal activity. Real estate is another popular tool. Properties can be bought and sold repeatedly, helping disguise the source of funds while creating legitimate-looking transactions. Over the last decade, cryptocurrencies have added new challenges. While most cryptocurrency users are legitimate, criminals have sometimes used digital assets to move money across borders quickly. Investigators now spend significant resources tracking blockchain transactions and identifying suspicious activity. Some of the largest financial scandals in history involved money laundering. Major banks have paid billions of dollars in fines for failing to prevent suspicious transactions. Criminal organizations around the world constantly search for new ways to move money, while governments and financial institutions develop new methods to detect them. So, how do authorities catch money launderers? Banks monitor transactions for unusual patterns. Large cash deposits, frequent international transfers, transactions that don't match a customer's normal behavior, and suspicious business activities can all trigger alerts. Financial institutions are often required to report suspicious transactions to government agencies. Investigators then analyze the data, follow the money trail, and identify the people involved. Modern anti-money laundering systems use advanced technology, artificial intelligence, and international cooperation. Financial crime units, law enforcement agencies, regulators, and banks work together to identify suspicious activity. Despite these efforts, money laundering remains a massive global problem because criminals constantly adapt their methods. The reason money laundering matters goes beyond crime. It helps fund organized criminal groups, corruption, human trafficking, drug networks. One of the most famous examples of money laundering is linked to Pablo Escobar and the Medellin cartel. During the height of the cocaine trade, the cartel generated enormous amounts of cash. The challenge was not making money, the challenge was hiding it. Authorities estimated that the cartel earned millions of dollars every day. Large amounts of cash were moved through businesses, banks, and international transactions in an attempt to disguise the true source of the funds. Despite their efforts, investigators eventually uncovered many of the methods being used. Another major example involved HSBC, one of the world's largest banks. In 2012, the bank agreed to pay billions of dollars in penalties after U.S. authorities found serious failures in its anti-money laundering controls. The case highlighted how even major financial institutions can become vulnerable when oversight is weak. It also demonstrated how governments are increasingly willing to impose massive penalties on organizations that fail to detect suspicious activity. Today, technology is changing the battle between criminals and investigators. Artificial intelligence is helping banks identify unusual transaction patterns much faster than human analysts. Large financial institutions process millions of transactions every day, making manual monitoring impossible. AI systems can identify suspicious behavior, flag high-risk transactions, and detect patterns that might otherwise remain hidden. At the same time, criminals continue searching for new opportunities. Cryptocurrencies, online payment systems, digital assets, and global financial networks create new challenges for investigators. While these technologies offer many legitimate benefits, they can also be exploited by individuals attempting to move money across borders without attracting attention. Ironically, many criminals are not caught because of sophisticated technology. They are caught because they become overconfident. They buy luxury cars, expensive homes, private jets, luxury watches, or make transactions that do not match their reported income. Investigators often follow a simple question. If someone claims to earn $50,000 a year, how can they afford a $10 million lifestyle? In many cases, the money trail eventually leads back to criminal activity. This is why financial investigations have become one of the most powerful tools in modern law enforcement. Criminals may hide drugs, weapons, or stolen property, but money almost always leaves a trail. Following that trail has helped authorities dismantle organized crime groups, expose corruption networks, recover stolen assets, and bring some of the world's most dangerous criminals to justice. If you want more content like this, subscribe now. See you in the next video.